So, to remind everybody what happened in the previous episode, let's go to Rogar's recap. Take it away, Rogar.
All right. Put on the recap for the recap. So, leading up to last week, we had, Artemisia's stepmother, Marcellea, came to town to try and take her away. But then she was kidnapped by night masks, and in the process, Cecilia was poisoned, and we invaded a night mask, hideout in order to get the antidote. But we didn't find Marcellea in that process. And then last time, it was April Fool's Day, so we decided to switch around and play each other's characters. So I'm just going to cover. I went to an illusionist in the marketplace. He does these things where he takes two people and tries to put them together to see what your baby would look like, sort of thing. And anyway, I asked him to. So I had composed these pictures as I go through the recap. So since we played each other's characters, here's me as Caliph. I've got her lovely hair so and her expression of necromancy. So. So I as Caliph, I was about to try flying off a bridge when Aiden showed up in a fancy carriage. So convinced Aiden to sell his family carriage to fun a fun afternoon together. That's what.
Classic Caliph.
Classic Caliph.
I like how in the picture you can still see an edge of my glasses.
Yeah, these are the illusionist didn't take a lot of time on these. I can tell you that. Here we have emo. Emily as Sturge. She met the old sea dog dwarf who once transported the party to a pirate ship. Anyway, he gives Sturge crabs. That's unfortunate. Then a card. He gives him a card recovered from a small town that Sturge once visited, and that's the same card from the deck of many things that blocked many of Sturge's memories. So we'll see if anything comes of that. Speaking of Stephen. We have Stephen as Stong, Yang Yang's lovely hair there.
Wow, I feel like I know that person. I've seen that person before.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, he looks like somebody else.
Is that
really weird?
North Korea?
Oh,
it looks a little bit like. I don't know. Us together, I think we make up a Kim Jong.
We become a dictator. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Oh no! Right. So moving on, Stone got drunk with his babysitting partner Nala, and then gained a new super friend named Narb, and he revealed to Narb that he was the famous arena fighter, the Smashing Basher, which. Was unfortunate. And even more unfortunate, he promised to get Narb a date with the Bronze Wolf, i.e. Artemisia. So we'll see what happens with that.
Spoiler alert, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, not going to be pretty. Then we had Erin playing Artemisia. She has Rhiannon's lovely red hair there. And she just basically gave out questionable fashion advice to a large number of Artemisia's customers. And then Lilton showed up, also known as Lord Gold, also known as Lord Darden, also known as Artemisia's lover. And he questioned what her ring was that she always seems to disappear into, and seems just to kind of generally amused by her attempts to avoid answering his questions. Here's one of my personal favorites.
Oh, yes.
Yang Yang as Cecilia.
Hello, chat. I am single.
Cecilia convinced her knight, Sorshin, or at least the person who claims to be her knight, to quote-unquote audition to be her newest bard to replace Stong. And Sorshin performed the Song of Steel, killing most of the bards in the bar and across the city. And then she urged him to challenge Stong to be her favorite new bard. So basically just caused a lot of trouble for Cecilia there, and possibly Stong. We'll see. Looking forward to the fallout from that. And then finally, we have Rhiannon as Rogar.
Wow.
Wow.
Rhiannon preaches
that's
about...
what gave her a migraine.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
So Rhiannon preached about, or Rogar preached about Sharon-Lar in the marketplace very badly. She rolled a 5. So she blames the Bogglewumps for stealing her accent and says that the way to be happy that they should all have babies. And then a Durgar dwarf named Wrath is powerfully swayed by Rogar's words and vows to go forth and form a ministry around the Bogglewumps and his interpretation of Sharon-Lar's will. So again, there'll probably be some fallout from that. But then basically, and then we all headed to the arena, and turned out the whole time we were Bogglewumps. Or not Bogglewumps, sorry, doppelgangers. Who knew? Just as bad. So April Fools. And then we played out our real characters again, and we battled ourselves basically in the arena. And Stong got in a kidney punching contest, and Sicilian Artemisia blasted away everybody to see who was the real cool Queen of Lightning, right? And then and Lilton melted one of Artemisia's opponents, but from the sidelines we never saw him. And then
Allegedly.
Rogar kept healing poor Caliph, who kept going down, but in the end she got in a good vampiric attack on one of the doppelgangers and drained quite a bit of life from them. So I guess that's good. And then surprising nobody, Sturge backstabbed, disengaged, and generally robbed a lot of the bodies, I think, at the end. But they captured Stong's doppelganger. Who is Stong spelled backward? I can't remember how to say that. But yeah. And Rogar's really hoping to basically convince that doppelganger of the danger of the Bogglewumps and make him transform into another Rogar so he can spread his ministry twice as fast. So we'll see about that. But that's basically what happened, and that's where we left off. So back to you, omniscient narrator god.